Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Metal Sharpens Metal. The song we have today is called Quantum Flux by a band called Northlane from Australia. Down
That's a
under.
lovely accent you have.
It's an old one, but it checks out. It's going to be good. So let's jump in. I love these ambient reverb, cool lead lines. But then the Tesseract has crunchy metal guitars inside. That's the secret. This drummer's also been in, as we're gonna talk about him as well. The boys are hyped. The music sounds like it's floating to infinity. I love that. I can see the colors dance when I close my eyes. Witnessing mysterious design. I can feel my body run. Can't you see the joy of life is right before your eyes? And the bliss infinite love. Take a chance. Close your eyes and just dream. Uh-oh. It's time to remember what it's like to feel. This song is 10 years old. It still holds up. I just realized I can't see the joy of life because he told me to close my eyes. It's not fair. These guys are from Australia, so they've got some of the best scenery for these music videos. So that is a big song. Like I said, 10 years old, but it would still hold up today if that was coming out brand new. There's a bit of nostalgia there for me. When that album came out, I was talking to one of my friends about it. He was talking about the drums being overproduced, but ironically, I think that this album actually has more of a raw sound than some of their other ones. I know some people are gonna be like, what? But if you keep up with modern metal, I mean, the production is just over the top right now. It's always getting more and more insane. Actually, that vocalist isn't their current vocalist. He was the original guy. The drummer, he's super solid. He's had some playthrough videos and inspired my drumming. Yeah, really enjoy his stuff too. The breakdown is massive. It still is really good. The builds out of the verses as the drummer opens up the hi-hats and increases the intensity slightly while the guitars are still kind of open and ambient and airy. I think that's perfect. And then it goes into the big chorus. So let's talk about the lyrics a little bit. There's a lot to like about this song, but as a Christian, there's also a lot to disagree with. Let's start with some positives. It's nice to see that Adrian, the vocalist, is writing from a point of view of positivity, positively viewing the world around him. And, as a Christian, I believe that God's common grace allows even unbelievers to see the world around them as beautiful and enjoy those good gifts, the blessings that God gives everyone to some extent. However, in the case of this song, the thankfulness is not directed at the God of all creation, and that's when it becomes idolatry.
What did people believe in before? The sun?
Becomes worshiping the creature and the creation rather than the creator himself.
Maybe there's some sort of animal that we could make a sacrifice to. Something with the body of an egret, with the head of a meerkat.
Another thing that's interesting to note, Adrian refers to people as children walking in the dark, so cold and so empty. I actually think that that's a somewhat biblical description of our state before we are saved in Christ. At that point, the lyrics go into, we need to remember what it's like to feel alive. And that's where I think the disconnect comes, because the Bible is clear that we are not, first of all, born neutral or like saved in any sense of the word. And then somehow we tarnish our souls through sinning and our life choices. But rather we are born in a state of sin through our first father, Adam. So there's no like remembering back to, the garden state that Adam was in or anything like that. Actually, salvation is so much better than that. We're brought to an exalted position with Jesus as our brother, as new creations. And then we will progressively sanctify until we are finally glorified. These lyrics, I would classify them as very new age, kind of Buddhist thinking.
Kelly, you are Hindu, so you believe in Buddha.
That's Buddhists.
Are you sure?
No.
We can determine our reality. What else? We can transcend above the suffering of this world if we try hard enough. He says, why can't you see the joy of life right before your eyes? So it's right here. You just need to open your eyes and see it. You just need to be a little bit more positive. There's infinite bliss, infinite love out there. Ironically, he's grasping at the good attributes of God that he loves, trying to bring them down into creation and say, we can all attain to this, grab hold of this, and claim it for ourselves if we just open our eyes, if we just feel this love that's in the air.
I was just learning to love.
I know the feeling he's trying to convey, like just a general excitement for life, just love of what we're seeing around us. The question is, who are you going to attribute that to? How are you going to give thanks for that? He mentioned set me free many times. That was the call out during the breakdown. So in this case, I would ask, what are you being set free from? And what are you being set free to? Like, you have to kind of go towards a different state if you're being set free from this state. So what are those two states to Adrian? Second, being set free is only going to take you as far as the object that you put your trust in to do that. The object that Adrian seems to be putting his trust in is the world around him, the infinite bliss and infinite love that he can see and recognize around him. A Christian, on the other hand, would say that Christ sets us free, right? Here is Jesus in John 8 talking to the Pharisees, and they had just said to him, we are Abraham's descendants, and we have never been slaves of anyone. How can you say that we shall be set free? Jesus replied, very truly, I tell you, everyone who sins is a slave to sin. Now a slave has no permanent place in the family, but a son belongs to it forever. So if the Son, capital Son, that's Jesus, sets you free, you will be free indeed. This is the only way we can be free indeed. It is Jesus who can break those chains. We see a song that has joy and thankfulness, but without a backstop. So it's undercut by the worldview that is lacking there. This has a clear message. Looking at the beautiful creation that they have down there in Australia and feeling inspired. The difference is the heart that thanks God for that That is Northlane, Quantum Flux. I hope you enjoyed the song, and we're glad that you came to another episode of Metal Sharpens Metal. See you next time.